Have you ever looked at a really complex problem, like a new government regulation, and wondered how a company could possibly build a product around it? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to deconstruct the marketing for a fintech solution and see how they pitch it step by step. So right off the bat, they ask this question. And for any business operating in Saudi Arabia, this isn't just some trivia. Nope. Getting this right means you keep your operations running smoothly. Getting it wrong? We're talking major penalties. This is a super high-stakes, absolutely mandatory game of compliance. Okay, so just put yourself in the shoes of a CFO for a second. One day, everything's fine. The next, bam. Every single invoice you send out has to follow this brand new, super technical, and totally non-negotiable digital system. That's the massive headage ZATCA introduced. And it's that exact pain point that creates the perfect opening for a piece of specialized software. All right, so here's our game plan for breaking this down. First, we'll look at the core challenge. Then, we'll see how they try to earn your trust right away. From there, we'll jump into the product itself, the command center, how it turns data into dollars, and what it's like to actually use. And we'll wrap up with their final big promise to the customer. So let's talk about the challenge. For businesses in Saudi Arabia, this isn't a hypothetical. It's their day-to-day reality. It's like walking a tightrope, you know? One tiny slip, and you're looking at huge fines and a logistical mess. The real trick isn't just making an invoice. It's making sure every single one is 100% compliant with ZATCA's tricky rules all day, every day. Now, when the stakes are that high, trust is everything, right? You're not just going to hand over your critical invoicing to any old software. So how does their marketing build that trust right from the jump? Let's dig in. Well, they're smart about it. They don't just say, hey, trust us. They show you. You see that ISO certification? That's a global stamp of approval for quality. And the Oracle Certified Partner Badge? That's basically a secret handshake for big companies, saying, hey, don't worry, we play nice with the giant systems you're already using. It's instant street cred with just 2 little logos. And then they hit you with this tagline. You pair those impressive certifications with unique solution for unique business. And it's a really clever play. It totally reframes what you're looking at. Suddenly, it's not just some generic software. It's a bespoke, premium solution built just for this one very specific, very painful problem. Okay, so they've got your attention, they've built some trust. Now they have to show you the goods, right? Time to see the product in action. So they pivot right to the dashboard. This is the user's command center. It's where all the promises have to come true. And what's the very first thing they show you? 54 invoices added. Now, why that number? Because that number is all about momentum. It's the lifeblood of the business, right? It's new deals, new work. It immediately connects the software to the user's actual real-world job. Then look at the story they're telling. Right after showing you new business coming in, they show you successful compliance. 124 ZATCA success. That's not just a statistic. That's the main promise. Delivered. It's the, see, it works moment. But here's the thing that I think makes the dashboard feel real. They actually show the errors. They put 214 ZATCA errors right up there. And that's not them admitting their product is bad, it's them showing you a critical feature, that it helps you find and fix the problems. Because let's be honest, a dashboard that only ever shows you good news, you can't really trust it, can you? And they add one more little detail, live notifications, with messages from colleagues. It's subtle, but it completely changes the feel of the product. It's not just a tool for one person sitting in a corner. Nope. It's a collaborative space where the whole team can jump on problems as they happen. All right, so we've seen the day-to-day operational side. But if you're a manager or an executive, you're always thinking about the next question. So what? What does this mean for the money? The next part of their pitch connects all these little details to the big financial picture. And this is such a great little touch. They show a user filtering through invoices. Pretty standard stuff. But check out that column for Arabic name. That's more than just a translation. That's a huge signal to their target audience. It says, we built this for you. We understand your local needs. It shows they're not just some outsider. Then, from that nitty-gritty detail, the storyboard zooms way out to the 30,000-foot view. This bar chart is all about making things simple. With just one look, a finance manager can see the total invoice amount and, this is the important part, the exact amount of VAT they owe. It takes what could be a complicated spreadsheet and turns it into an instant aha moment. And really, it all comes down to this simple summary. 584 accepted, 20 errors. That's it. That's the final report card. If you're the CFO, this is pretty much the only thing you care about. It's the clear, simple answer to that one critical question. Are we compliant? Okay, so the product works, you can trust it, and it gives you the financial big picture. But what's it like to use every day? Is it a pain? This next part of the marketing is all about the user experience. They're making the case that a powerful tool doesn't have to be clunky. So they show this quick little sequence of the user totally customizing their workspace. They're toggling on dark mode, shrinking the sidebar, flipping the whole layout around. And look, this isn't just about making things look pretty. It's their way of saying this is a serious, professional tool and it respects the way you like to work. So after showing off all the features and the slick user interface, the story starts to wrap up. It's time to bring it all home and tie everything we've seen into one single powerful message. And this is the core promise. You've got automated reports, precision for Saudi companies, seamless management, all good stuff. But that last point, that's the real genius move. It elevates the product from just being software to being a partner for smart financial decisions. Now that is how you sell value, not just a list of features. And then they seal the deal with this final tagline: professional invoices made easy. It's so effective because it takes this giant, stressful, complicated mess of ZATCA compliance, and it just boils it down to the two things every single manager wants: professionalism and ease. The last thing you see is just their office locations, but it's another really smart, subtle piece of marketing. An office in Pune, India, that screams top-tier tech talent. And an office in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, that tells you they have people on the ground who actually understand the local market. It's the perfect combo. You get world-class tech with local expertise. So after pulling apart this whole marketing story, you're left with a much bigger question, aren't you? They made a really solid case for solving one very specific, very niche problem. And it kind of makes you wonder, as the world gets more and more complex, is this type of specialized software not just a nice to have anymore? Is it becoming the new standard for just surviving in business?